Hello and welcome. Today we're looking up at the sky and learning 10 amazing facts about clouds. Get ready to explore the soft, floating wonders above us. Ever wondered why clouds float or how they make rain? We'll answer these questions and more as we uncover the secrets of these fluffy formations, from the science behind their shapes to their crucial role in our climate. Get ready for a sky-high adventure that's sure to blow your mind. Let's begin. Have you ever looked up at the sky and wondered, how do those giant puffballs just stay up there? It's a great question. You see, clouds are made of trillions of tiny water droplets. We're talking teeny tiny, like the size of dust particles. And just like dust, these droplets are so light that they can just hang in the air. Imagine warm air like an invisible bubble bath beneath the clouds. That warm air rises up, giving the clouds an extra lift. So yes, clouds float because they are light and lifted by air. It's a delicate balance between gravity and those tiny water droplets catching a ride on rising air currents. Now that we know why clouds float, let's talk about the different types we see up there. First up, we've got our cumulus clouds. These are the big, fluffy ones that look like cotton candy. They often mean fair weather, but if they grow really tall, watch out for a thunderstorm. Next, we have stratus clouds. These are the flat gray clouds that can cover the whole sky like a blanket. They usually bring light rain or drizzle. Way up high, we have cirrus clouds. These are thin and wispy, like feathers made of ice crystals. They often signal a change in weather is coming. And finally, we have the mighty nimbus clouds. These are the dark, heavy rainmakers, full of moisture and ready to unleash a downpour. Imagine a world without clouds. It sounds pretty strange, right? But it would also be a very different place. For starters, no clouds means no rain. Without rain, plants wouldn't grow, rivers would dry up, and life as we know it wouldn't exist. Clouds act like giant sunshades, protecting us from the sun's intense heat. Without them, Earth would get scorching hot during the day. But then, without those fluffy blankets to trap heat at night, temperatures would plummet. We'd go from baking to freezing in a matter of hours. So you see, clouds are essential for life on Earth. They help regulate our planet's temperature, keeping it just right for us to thrive. Combine to form larger and larger drops. Eventually they become so heavy that the cloud can't hold them anymore and they fall back down to Earth as rain. Just like us, clouds have a life cycle, a journey from beginning to end. It all starts with evaporation. Heat from the sun turns water from rivers, lakes, and oceans into an invisible gas called water vapor. This water vapor rises up into the atmosphere, like an invisible elevator ride. As it goes higher, the air gets colder, and the water vapor starts to cool down too. This is where condensation comes in. Remember those tiny water droplets we talked about? They start to cling to tiny particles in the air, like dust or pollen, forming clouds. As more water vapor condenses, the cloud grows bigger and bigger. It might even bump into other clouds and combine. Eventually, when it has enough water, it releases the water back down to Earth as precipitation. That's rain, snow, sleet, or hail. And then the cycle begins all over again. Now let's talk about some of the more unusual and amazing cloud formations out there. These aren't your average fluffy clouds. We're talking about clouds that look like something out of a science fiction movie. Have you ever seen a cloud that looks like a giant fluffy pancake? Those are called lenticular clouds, and they form over mountains when the air flows in a special way. Then there are mammatus clouds, which look like a bunch of bubbles hanging down from the underside of a cloud. They're often associated with thunderstorms and can be a sign of some wild weather, and if you're really lucky, you might catch a glimpse of a rare cloud called a morning glory cloud. It looks like a giant rolling wave stretching across the sky. Scientists still aren't entirely sure how they form, but they're a truly spectacular sight. Have you ever looked up at a big fluffy cloud and thought, I wonder what it would be like to touch one? It seems like it would be like diving into a pile of cotton balls, right? Well, I hate to burst your bubble, but touching a cloud isn't quite as magical as you might think. You see, clouds are made of tiny water droplets or ice crystals, so if you were to touch one, it would feel wet and cold, kind of like walking through fog. And speaking of fog, did you know that fog is actually just a cloud that's formed close to the ground? So, if you've ever walked through a thick fog, you've essentially walked through a cloud. Clouds play a critical role in Earth's climate system. They act like giant mirrors, reflecting sunlight back into space and helping to keep our planet cool. But here's the thing, the relationship between clouds and climate change is complex. Some clouds, like those bright white cumulus clouds, reflect a lot of sunlight, which has a cooling effect. But other types of clouds, like those high, thin cirrus clouds, can trap heat and warm the planet. As our climate changes, the types of clouds we see and their distribution around the globe are also changing. Scientists are working hard to understand how these changes will impact our climate in the future. By studying clouds, we can learn more about how to protect our planet and ensure a healthy future for generations to come. Have you ever noticed how clouds can be bright white one minute and then turn dark gray the next? It's like they have a mood ring up there. But there's actually a cool scientific explanation for why clouds change color. It all comes down to sunlight and water droplets. When sunlight hits those tiny water droplets in a cloud, it gets scattered in all directions. This scattering is what makes clouds appear white. But as clouds gather more and more water droplets, they become denser. The sunlight has a harder time passing through all that water and less light is scattered. This is why clouds appear darker, gray, or even black when they're full of rain. So next time you see a dark cloud, you'll know that it's just chock full of water droplets just waiting to burst. Have you ever been lucky enough to fly in an airplane and look out the window to see a sea of clouds below? It's like you've entered a whole new world, a secret world above the clouds. Up here, the sky is a brilliant blue and the sun shines brightly. It's peaceful and quiet, a stark contrast to the hustle and bustle of life down below. As you soar above the clouds, you realize just how vast and mysterious our planet truly is. Those fluffy white masses that seem so close from the ground are now a distant memory, a reminder of the hidden wonders that exist all around us. So, next time you're on a plane, take a moment to appreciate the beauty and wonder of the secret world above the clouds. It's a sight you won't soon forget. Clouds are more than just pretty shapes in the sky. They protect us, they give us water, and they help keep Earth in balance. From the tiniest rain shower to the most powerful thunderstorm, clouds are a constant source of wonder and amazement. So next time you look up, give a little thank you to the clouds. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more cool science facts.